Attention, all stations. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, VA3 CJZ, opening the weekly amateur radio exchange group, also known as AREG, for Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. And this is the longest running Simplex Net in the Hamilton area. This week is 1,604 times that AREG has been on the air consecutively. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton. This net is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending around at 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430 megahertz. And since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. So I also stream the net on YouTube, so people who tune in can hear stations they cannot hear on their radio, hear how their audio sounds on the air, and see their signal strength, as well as see my station layout. Just type in my call into the YouTube search box. Again, that's VA3CJZ, and look for us live. Tonight will be under the title AREG Week 1604. And finally, we ask that you please leave a 1-second delay between transmissions to allow others to check in. And with that, are there any time-sensitive or mobile stations that would like to check in? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. Let's open it up then to anyone. Please come now.
B3RWJ.
All right, I got Rick and Chris. So let's say hello to VA3AXJ. Rick, come on in.
Good evening, Chuck. Not much to report. Just taking it easy. Not doing too much strenuous stuff. Trying to get back in order here and feeling a lot better than I have been. I have days, bad days, good days. Got to take it as it comes. Friday's my birthday, so I'll take another trip around the sun. Hopefully. Anyhow, back to you.
Oh, very good, very good. One more trip around the sun coming. Oh, that's right on. And perfect time. The weather is going to be nice. And so can't wait for that. Well, it's already, what did it reach? Around 26 or so today. So things are looking up there, Rick.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that really bad heat, though, because that really throws me off. Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's going to hit like 41 or 42 with the humidity. Humidity, that's hard to take. But you know what? You gotta live with it. The air conditioner's on and stay cool.
Yeah, very good then. All right, so you're going to stick around with us for the evening?
As long as I can, yeah. I should be able to make it to 10, I hope. Maybe. We'll see.
All right, very good, Rick. Well, thanks for checking in. And so let's move down to Chris, VE3RWJ. Chris, come on in.
Hello, Chuck. Thanks for checking into the Burlington Net, and of course, thanks for doing this one week after week. We're just going to listen. Not really any news. Don't really have any news here. Hoping to put up a beam, though, VHF, UHF beam.
Uh-oh, I lost you. Having some technical difficulties. Okay, we're going to have to fix that. Okay, Chris, having some technical issues here right now. I kind of made you disappear from the audio in my ears. And so I'll try and get you back there. Just hang on a second. There we go. Gotcha. All right. Well, looks like I can't get you into my ears, but I can get you through the laptop. So I do apologize. I don't know if that's going through the YouTube stream, though. Can you still hear everyone through the stream?
Yes, I just refreshed it on my end, and it's playing again. Yep, I can hear myself.
Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, and we also have Wayne and Wade checking in with us there on YouTube. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome. Thank you for the feedback. All right, Chris. Well, thanks again for checking in, sir. I do appreciate it, and you as well. You have several nets, at least two, I believe, right? In a week.
Yeah, Burlington Net is Wednesdays. I run one Monday nights for people interested in music. And then Tuesdays, I'm in the background. I log for the nets, and more nets.
All right, very good then. And by the way, is my audio too hot?
You could back it off a tiny bit. It's not, it's not unpleasant, but
Check, check.
Yeah, I'll say it's a little hot.
Very good then. So we backed it down a wee bit there. That should be a little bit better.
Yeah, sounds great. I hear some sort of weak station in there too, but I don't know if they're legit.
Yeah, I've just got a noise floor of S5 if that's the signal coming in, quite weak. But all right, very good then, Chris. Again, thank you so much for checking in, and we'll talk to you down the log.
Yep, 73.
Okay, so we'll clear with VE3RWJ, and let's see who else is out there. Would like to check in with us here on the weekly amateur radio exchange group net?
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Okay, good and slow. VA3 India Mike Whiskey. Come on in, Mac.
Well, thanks indeed, Chuck. It's good to hear you and everybody else on the radio this evening. Looking forward to a full net this week and not interrupted by thunder, lightning, and any other pestilences. Just got home in time for Chris on his net on the RSB repeater. Finished up at Boers Falls Conservation Area, stopped on the way home to activate that. And so I'm poking away at my logs right now. Not that I have logs in Fireplace that you would poke at, but poking at the computer, getting my logs completed so I can upload them tonight. What else is going on? Goodness gracious. It was just a gorgeous day, absolutely. It was nice to be out at the park, roll down the windows, spin the dial on the HF radio, and make some contacts. So worked 20 meters, 17 meters, 15 meters. Tango Alpha 4, Tango from across the pond. And as far south as Texas, that was a nice surprise on, I think it was 18,125. Other than that, I guess Bill, our own VE3 IUK, is I'll be here for the duration, Chuck. Listen along, and if I hear anything in the distance that you need a hand with, you can count on me. VA3 IMW for identification, and back to you.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I listened for Bill. I couldn't even pick him up on 2 meters or 70 centimeters. And of course, I couldn't hear him on 20. So, yeah, there's just something about that park that I can't hear him. I know Larry also, LBI, has a little difficulty picking him up. So, yeah. Oh, well, we'll catch him at the next park.
Yes, there always will be the next, so not to worry. And, as band conditions have been, E-layer absorption has been an issue that everybody's had to deal with. I certainly admire the people that have been true to the spirit and gone out and activated regardless of conditions. So there you go. Things will get better. We'll have wonderful days, and maybe we'll have worse. Who knows? Anyways, Chuck, go ahead and fill the log, and then we'll be looking forward to the trivia and all the rest of the stuff that we missed out on. Maybe it's a double dose tonight. Thanks again for doing it, Chuck. Your dedication to the hobby is to be well rewarded someday, I'm sure.
Well, that's okay. I do it for the fun, and it's my pleasure. Thank you for the compliment. And I think tonight will be a full 2 hours. Doesn't look like any lightning clouds in the area, so that's good. All right, Mac, thank you again. Let's see who else out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly amateur radio exchange group. This is VA3 CJZ.
Victor Echo 3, Zulu, Juliet, Charlie.
All right, picked up 2 more there. Let's say hello to Jason, VE3 Zulu Juliet Charlie.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on net. Not much excitement. I was dismayed at my antenna rejigging. I still wasn't able to collect Bill there down at the park. Did get back a bunch of times over at his park. And other than that, I'm sitting here because Mac told me when I was talking to him at the park that my awful buzz was back. So I'm literally sitting here with an oscilloscope connected to my power supply, and I don't see anything funny on the waveform. So I'm wondering, sir, if you're hearing it on the other end.
Well, as a matter of fact, I am not hearing any buzzing tonight so far. Geez, I don't know. Other than making you turn the power up and talking for a little longer, I don't know. Maybe it's a short in the mic wire causing that. I don't know. But no, I don't hear anything. Jason, come on back.
All right, so here's a full 45 watts or whatever the 7100 puts out at on 2 meters, and I don't see any change in the waveform. I'm pulling 8.5 amps on the power supply at 13.9 volts, and I'm guessing it's still going to be quiet tonight.
Yeah. Interesting. Still nothing. And so, geez, I don't know. Otherwise, I'd tell you to go listen to the stream. I'm actually trying to get the, my audio took a poo-poo there just as the net was starting. So, still trying to get that going. but nothing so far.
All right, I guess whatever gremlin was in the system has run away for the rest of the evening. And yeah, I will follow along as best I can, sir. I will send it back to you to pick up BK there behind me. VE3ZJC, back to net. Thanks for doing it, Chuck.
All right. Listen, if you suspect that it's doing it and you're not sure, why don't you break back in? And of course, it'll all be recorded on the YouTube stream. And so you'll be able to go back and check it. But so far, nothing, Jason. So hang in there. And like I said, if you need to, break back in. So let's move down to Rick and say hello to VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Rick, come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Chuck. And yeah, hey, Jason, the audio sounds perfect. Sounds perfect, so it could have been something else going on. Anyway, yeah, I was supposed to go to a meeting tonight, but I got a bit of a cold and I didn't want to pass my germs around. So anyway, I'm just checking with you, Chuck, and probably go back to lazing around there in the lazy boy chair. Anyway, but so thanks for doing that, and yeah, I'll be listening to some of it there as you go along there, Chuck. There. So back to V3C or VA3CJZ V3BK.
Okay, Rick. Well, thanks for checking in. And as you know, you can always listen along on the YouTube if you're not at the radio. And so you take it easy. And yeah, we'll call on you a little bit later.
Yeah, okay, Roger on that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Listen on YouTube. Okay, anyway, keep up the good work, and hey, we'll listen in later on when you do this. Always like that. Anyway, carry on the good work there, Chuck.
Okay, very good. Will do, Rick. Take your ease. Okay, and with that, let's see who else is out there that would like to check in with us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. I see Mac was right. It's such a beautiful night. Everyone's outside. Well, they should have brought their handy talkie with them. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being out there right now as the sun's going down. It's always the nicest part of the day. It cools down a bit, and well, currently it just went down to 23.8 degrees outside on my front porch, and I'm located by the Center Mall in Hamilton. That's Barton and Ottawa Street area, and so that's a very comfortable temperature. As long as there's no big wind coming, that's nice. And so with that, let's see who else is out there would like to check in on the weekly AREG net. This is VA3CJZ.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo, VA3NCA.
And you missed Bob in the last round.
Bob.
Flamborough, Bob?
Oh, is that right? VE3XKV. I do apologize, sir. I did not hear you check in. You must have doubled. Come on in, Bob. And I do acknowledge CRF and NCA. Well, if Bob is there, Mac, I can't hear him.
No, he must have had to go to little boy's room or something like that. So, yeah, if I hear him again, I'll let you know.
All right. Thank you. Okay, then. So let's bring in Vern, who is out with his Walkie-talkie, having a nice stroll this evening, I do believe. VA3, Charlie Romeo Fox. Come on in, Vern.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody.
Yeah, it's lovely out this evening, isn't it?
Yeah, and actually, I'm just near the high school, and there's a bunch of kids out playing soccer. Great night for them.
Oh, yeah. Stay out until the lights come on. Oh, wait, school's not out yet, so it's still a school night. But not too long from now, school will be out. And yeah, very nice. And now the sun doesn't go down till about what, 9, a little after 9 p.m. And so it doesn't really get dark till about 20 after 9:30. So yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it's great. One of the other benefits is because we have a high school right behind our townhouse, when it's pretty quiet, which is fine with us.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Anything new and exciting there, Vern?
Not a whole lot. I was down in Buffalo on the weekend from the East Coast Reflector, and it's a net that I check into every morning. And people, heard their voices for a long time, so that was nice. And then today we dropped by one of the radio stations here. I had one of set up, so that was a lot of fun. Anyway, Chuck, that's it for me. I'm not sure if I'll be around for the second round. I may be back in the house. Thank you, Chuck.
Okay, Vern, not a problem. Hey, listen, I understand there's some negotiating going on with the Canada Border Services there. You didn't have any slowdown crossing the border?
No, fortunately we did not. We crossed on Saturday, and what's today? Wednesday? I think there was another deadline for Wednesday. So fortunately we dodged the bullet on Saturday, but I'm not sure what will happen today, tomorrow, and going forward. I really hope. I mean, they won't leave their job. They just do question in the book.
Yeah, they let's just say they can't leave their posts, but they can slow things down by doing their job uh, by the book to a T, which means asking a whole bunch more questions and slowing everybody down that way. So yeah, they know what they're doing. But yeah, I hope they get what they deserve. And it seems like every big union waits their turn to threaten strike action. For I know this year alone, there's been what 3 or 4 big unions there that have done so. Well, yeah, it's time. If everything's going up, so should the wallet. It should be getting a little fatter. Okay, Vern, thank you so much. And we'll talk to you again later, if not another time. So let's bring in Wade out in the West End, VA3, November Charlie Alpha.
VA3 CJZ, VA3 Good evening, Chuck. Good evening, all on that. I wanted to make an official correct check and doing some running around tonight around the house, so may or may not be around the radio, but I'm going to keep the YouTube on the phone and listen along, so don't miss me on the AREG. And I gotta get my fix tonight because next week I'll be in Nova Scotia, so I don't think I'll be able to pick up. I would be able to pick it up on YouTube, but I'm not sure what the schedule is on the Wednesday night out there. So we'll see what's happening, and if I can at least, check in over the YouTube, I will. I will do so. So other than that, just craziness at work this week. seems that if you're going to be away from the office for a while, that you have to do twice as much in the lead up, and somehow, strangely enough, twice as much the follow up, I guess. So we'll see how that all goes. But anyways, other than that, today I did listen for Ed at the park and couldn't pick him up. Or actually, today maybe I did grab you. I grabbed you on for 20 meters, Ed, that is, and I missed though the other two locals who were out, Mac and Bill. I think they were out during my dinner time, so I missed that they were out at all. So, anyways, I'll catch them next time, and not much else for me this round, so I'll send it back to you there, Chuck. Thanks for doing it. See you at the NCA.
All right, that's right. You just reminded me there, Wade, to keep an ear out. I mentioned to Ed earlier when I spoke to him on 2 meters that we were doing the net tonight. I didn't realize he lived where he does, which is not in Hamilton. So yeah, but I did catch him on 2 meters, no problem. I think he was full strength over here, and I didn't try him on 446 though, but great copy on 2 meters there at Borers Falls. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Yeah, that's a funny one. I've actually tried an activation there once, but I didn't get myself set up. It was the only time I've actually not been able to get the antenna up in the air, up in the tree. I lost one of my throw weights up in a tree, so I'm gonna have to go back sometime and rectify the situation. I only had a few minutes, and I thought this will take no time. I'll throw an antenna in a tree, and I'll get a handful of contacts. But then spent so much time messing with the antenna that I just called it a day. So I'll fix that sometime. But I heard him really well because mostly we were probably shouting at each other from the opposite sides of the valley. Him on the far slope, and me on the other. So he sounded really good. Yeah, but I guess I had to move to a meeting during the day there, so I didn't catch him when he QS wide somewhere else. So only got him on 20, but nice and clear there. So anyhow, yeah, sounds good. And about him getting to you on 2 meters, probably over the lake there, probably straight shot since he's out there in Oakville. Yeah, sounds good. All right, thanks, Chuck. I'll send it back to you.
All right, very good there, Wade. I do believe he mentioned he was at elevation there. He had a great view when he was at the Borers Falls, so that probably helped his signal out there on 2 meter and 440. So, all right, very good, Wade. Thanks again for checking in. And if you don't answer on the next call, I do realize you're probably not close to the radio and probably listening on the YouTube stream. So thanks again for checking in, Wade. Have a great rest of the evening. We'll talk to you later. And with that brings us to the end of the list. Let's see who else is out there would like to drop in and say hello on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is VA3CJZ. My name is Chuck, and I'm located over by the Center Mall in East Hamilton. Anyone, anywhere, please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango.
Well, there's a strong signal. Albert, VA3, Bravo Tango. Come on in, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, we're doing good. I just about forgot this net, and the reason being is I was having a little fun with the beam. I was just talking to Serbia, Kuwait, Slovenia, so I was making some contacts in there. Europeans coming in pretty good right now. Then I thought, I better get over to the AREG.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, what I do, I go into my phone and go into the calendar and just mark down, AREG, 8 o'clock, and have it warn me 10 minutes, half an hour before the net starts there, and it just pops up on my phone. So Not for the AREG though, because I know I have to do it, but for other nets, like the Monday night net on NCF and Chris's net there at 7:30. So it's easy enough. Just throw it on the phone.
Yeah, no, I know. Like I said, I was just on voice there on the HF on the 7300, just having some fun there, picking up Europe. But yeah, no, the beam's working good. It's crazy. I can't believe the direction on that thing, and it's amazing.
So what were you on, 20?
Yeah, 20 meters.
Yeah, my DX map there was showing quite a bit of activity on 20 there. So yeah, it usually picks right up in the evening if it's no good during the day. So all right, Albert. So who was your first contact you made with the beam? Where?
Well, today it was Kuwait first.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to a guy out there in Kuwait, and then Slovenia, and then Serbia.
I know there's this one station in Kuwait that has a gentleman that speaks almost perfect English. You can tell he's a little bit Arabic there with a little bit of a tinge of accent, but I'm sure he's running power and possibly a beam as well. He gets a great, I don't know if you've ever heard him.
Yeah, actually, there's a few that speak good English there. The one I just made contact with is 9 Kilo 2 Kilo Oscar. I just made contact with him. He spoke pretty good English.
Okay, that might be the guy. 9 Kilo 2 sounds familiar. But yeah, I've already got Kuwait in my log, but I'm always willing to put another one in. So right on. Good for you, Albert. I'm glad all your hard work is paid off.
Yeah, just like I said, messing around. Whenever I get some time, I get on there. But yeah, most of the time I'm messing around with FT8. Just lazy, I guess. Hey, the beam works good on FT8 also.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you got the antennas, use them.
Yeah. Knock on wood, I still haven't done FT8 there, but it's not something I refuse to do. It's just I'm not ready yet. So that's all. Okay, very good then, Albert. Well, I do appreciate the check-in, sir. You're going to stick around a little bit, maybe after you go make a few more contacts.
Yeah, I'm going to stick around for the remaining net here. I got off the other radio there. I'm on this one here. Plus, I'm doing a little FT8 in the background here, of course. It's just, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to stick around. I've taken a few days off. I got Thursday, Friday, and Monday off. So I'm going to hook up the trailer and go.
Yeah, well, bring a radio with you. And if you're close to a park, do a contact from there. But anyways, yeah. Okay, Albert, very good then. We'll call on you again a little bit later, and if you're not around, thanks for checking in, and enjoy your time off.
Yes, sir. That's the plan. Yeah, I'm gonna bring a radio, just 2 meter, 70 centimeter handy talkies. I'm not gonna bring the Go box on this round. Probably on the next in July when I take another week off there. Well, this one's just a few days, but the next one I do is a week off, so I'll probably take the Go box with me. But anyways, we'll let you roll with the net here. VA3, I was gonna say DJZ, CJZ. Sorry, VA3 VT.
No problem there, Albert. Take care. Okay, I'd like to also say hi to Deb. Debbie VA3OYL has checked in on our YouTube stream. Good evening, Deb. I hope you're doing okay this evening. And I think I might have caught your headaches. I've been taking headache pills there, I think once a day for the last couple of weeks there. I wonder what's going on there. I do know my blood sugars are part of that problem there. when they fluctuate, gives me a headache. So, but anyways, Deb, hello, and thanks for checking in. And so with that, let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor, VA3 CDV.
In the mobile.
Okay, I heard a double there. I heard Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor. And I'm not sure, but it might have been George in the mobile. Bring it back.
Yeah, Victor Echo 3, Golf Bravo Delta in the mobile. Trying the radio out.
NFG.
Okay, there, George. You just take a standby. And also, Steve, VA3NFG. We'll get to you shortly. But first, let's go and say hello to Cal, VA3 Charlie Delta Victor.
Hi, Chuck, and thank you. I should have been moving in because as I keyed down, I was just passing by the Center Mall area. So hopefully you heard me quite clearly. I'm mobile, just coming back from a field day meeting from the Hamilton Club. So anyways, just thought I'd give you a check-in. VA3 CDV, back to you.
All right, very good then, Cal. Well, you were competing with another strong station there, but I heard you both. Good for you. All right, and field day meeting, eh? What's that all about?
Well, it's just getting everybody sort of organized to find out who's going to be band captains, and then talking about where we're stationed on that day, on that weekend, and you know, just the logistics and the planning and the food and all that kind of stuff. So always good to be prepared.
Oh, yes, it's always good to be prepared. All right, very good then. So get everything all squared away before the big day, and yeah, looks like the nice weather's with us now. So hopefully that'll be the case for that day. Anyways, there, Cal. Thanks for checking in, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Very good, thank you.
All right, let's go to another mobile, and that's George, VE3 Golf Bravo Delta. George, come on in.
V3JBD. Yeah, I'm just here my mobile. Put a new antenna up that I got from who did I get it from? I can't remember. Anyway, got a new antenna set up, and everybody sounds great.
All right, George, you too. You're loud and proud and full strength over here from the mobile there, George. Doing a good job.
Thank you, and thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Rick. That's who it was. Rick Sr. He gave me this antenna.
Ah, yeah, VA3AXJ, Downtown Rick. Because there's two of them. There's North End Rick, which is BK, and then there's Downtown Rick, which is the other Rick. So, well, very good then. The antenna's working fine for you there, George.
Sweet. Well, I just gotta say thank you, Leroy, and yeah, I got it finally hooked up. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me there, Chuck. I might be hanging out, but I just wanted to make sure this antenna's working.
All right, hang in there, George. I believe I hear Rick in there. Go ahead, Break.
UPG AXJ here. Yeah, I think antenna's working good for you, is it?
Oh, absolutely. Brother, this thing is working fantastic.
because I had it on my truck and it wouldn't work for me. So I thought, well, if you could get it going, you can have it. So, yeah, it's working. It's working good. You're almost full scale here.
We're almost full scale on my radio in the truck, and I'm just on the street.
All right, George, have a good night. We'll be listening. Thanks there, Chuck, for letting me break in there. I'll take it back to net control.
All right, very good, Rick. And George, you have anything else before I do another call out?
Well, I'm just gonna get the rest of the garbage out and lock the truck up, and I'll put the radio on in the garage and just listen.
All right, very good, George. Oh, by the way, when are you going back up to the trailer? It's beautiful weather.
Yeah, we're supposed to get thunderstorms tomorrow. Then my stepdaughter's birthday Saturday, so I'm gonna head up probably Monday. Not sure yet.
Very good, very good. Enjoy every moment that you can there, George. Summers are way too short here. So, anyways, thanks again for checking in there, my friend. Much appreciated. We'll probably get you when you're back on the garage one there. All right. So with that, let's clear with George, and let's see. Do I have someone else here? NFG, Victor Alpha 3, November Foxtrot Golf. Steve, come on in, Steve.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on net. Fabulous day today, eh? It's almost hot, where you had to get out of the sun, but it wasn't too bad there. It's quite pleasant right now. What else is going on? That's about it. Back to work tomorrow, and that's about it there, Chuck. How you been these days?
Well, I've been doing okay, other than my back. It's really been giving me a problem there lately, which keeps me from doing things. So in order to save myself extreme pain, I opt to not do certain things. So that's the part that sucks, because I want to do more than I can at the moment. But other than that, spirits are up when the weather's nice, and we'll just be hanging around here most of the summer, and hopefully, I won't get my other back procedure done till the end of summer, probably in September. So I'll have to really be careful not to aggravate my my lower back there. Hey, did you end up getting Bill earlier?
I think I got him on 14270 there. Yeah, I did. I missed him on 40 meters. I just wanted to get finished what I was doing in the yard, which was dig out a section of my garden, which I finally completed and got done today or tonight. Or an hour ago, I should say. But I did get him on 20 meters.
All right. Unfortunately, I was not able to pick him up on either band. And speaking of the devil, he just checked into the YouTube stream there. Bill VE3IUK. Good evening, Bill. Welcome to the AREG net on YouTube. For those just tuning in there, we are streaming the net. Just put my call sign in the YouTube search, and you can listen along live, or look for the title AREG Week 1604. And I was just doing some math earlier, and when it turns over to, we're just over the 30 and a half year mark, actually almost near the 31-year mark. That'll be in September, mid-September, week 16, 17, I do believe. I'll have to double check there. Where does it say it? Yeah, 16, 17 will be the week that is a 31-year anniversary for AREG there. So anyways, that's a ways away, but thanks for checking in there, Steve. Anything new and exciting?
Nope. Nope. The other antenna is still on the desk there. So I guess I'll be working on that next, possibly tomorrow night. So tear that down and have a look at it. I was hoping to get out today, but I couldn't find an excuse to head out. I was going to head down to Sheila's there and get some RG58 or no RG8 defense stuff. That's what I want. So it's 17 feet of it. So, but tomorrow is another game. I'm off at 4 o'clock. I could head down there and pick it up on the way home.
Okay, there, Steve. I don't know if you backed away from the microphone or you turned your head, but I almost completely lost your audio.
Oh, yeah, maybe I did. It's possible. Sorry about that. No, just need some coax there to string on the other dual band antenna, which I mentioned I could do on my way home tomorrow after work. So there you have it. So I'm pretty much one and done there, Chuck. I'm just hitting the shower and going to bed. So everybody have a good night, and we'll catch you all later. VA3 CJZ, VA3 NFG.
Okay, very good, Steve. Thanks again for checking in, sir. Make sure you've got milk for your cereal. All right, have a good one, Steve. We'll catch you maybe tomorrow, but for sure we'll talk to you soon. All right, so we'll clear with VA3 November Foxtrot Golf. Let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3 CJZ. Please come now.
Victor 3 Delta Charlie Sierra.
Victor Alpha 3 Delta Charlie Sierra. Come on in.
Good evening there, Chuck. Yeah, I had to really think about that. I kind of had a little bit of a brain fart there when I went to say it. I had to really think. And yeah, how are you this evening?
Well, doing well, doing well. I wish I was outside watching the sun go down. I should get an announcement anytime there from my Amazon assistant. Every night at sunset, it comes on and tells me the time, or it tells me the weather. And that's when I know it's officially sunset. But yeah, the days are getting much longer. And we've got, 9 more days until it's the summer solstice. And that will be the longest day of the year. Too bad spring is a little bit warmer. We got a lot of water this year, but at least we've gotten a spring, a traditional spring. Some years we get cold weather, and then one day you wake up and it's over 30 degrees. I don't like that. I like a gradual, warm up to get the body acclimated, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Oh, that's it. I was just I was outside doing some stuff in the trailer, and it's time to come in. Locked it up, came in, and thought, oh, let's get down there. No thunders, so you won't be shutting it down early.
Absolutely. We're here for the duration tonight, Dave. Thank you so much for checking in. You've got a great signal over here by the Center Mall in East Hamilton. Great job. It looks like you're full strength there.
Oh, that's good. I know you're up just shy of the 15 mark, I guess. So you're 9 plus, definitely, and great audio coming this way.
All right. Well, thank you, Dave. It goes same with you. Okay. Do you have anything else before we carry on, Dave?
No, nothing else from this end. I probably won't be around for the final round. So I'll just say thanks for doing this, Chuck. 7-3 is all.
Okay, very good then, Dave. By the way, you're check-in number 13 tonight, and that includes the people who are on YouTube. Wait, I should have added Debbie, so that would have made you 14. So there you go. Your check-in number 14. And so thank you again for your check-in. And so before I do another call out, I'd like to check on the contests coming up this week. There's a whole bunch of them here. I'll go through them very quickly. First, we have the All Asian DX contest. That's for CW, and that goes on for 2 days. 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. And then we have a 6-meter contest called the Smirk contest. That's right. SMIRK, Smirk contest. And that's for CW and phone, but for 6 meters only. And then it looks like we have a Southeast Asian contest. I'm not going to even try to say the whole name. Pajajaran Bogor. I know I'm not saying it right, but that's for sideband. And that's for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. And what else do we have? We have the IARU Region 1 50 megahertz contest. And that's for CW and sideband. And that's 1400 Zulu on June 15 to 1400 Zulu June 16. Next, we have the Lima Zulu International 6-meter contest. So another 6-meter contest, again for CW and sideband. And that's from 1400 Zulu, same time, same dates for both. Then the Stu Berry Top Band, and that's for 160 meters for CW. And the next one is a West Virginia QSO party, and that starts at 1600 Zulu June 15th to 0400 Zulu June 16th. And I'm not sure if that's the... Oh, there's also the ARRL Kids Day, and that will go on for about 6 hours. Kids Day starts 1800 Zulu to 2400 or 2359 Zulu on June 15th. And that's for repeaters, 2 meter. It says 2 meter repeaters, 10 meter, 12, 15 meters, 17, 20, 40, and 80. And that's for sideband. So if you hear young folks on there, try and say hello. And finally, we have the Feldhell Sprint, and that's for 24 hours on June 16th from 0 Zulu time to 23:59 Zulu on June 16th. And that's for 6 meter, 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. Now remember, Feldhell is a digital mode. And so that's it for the contests that I have listed here. Again, I get all this information from the webpage contestcalendar.com. And with that, do we have anyone out there who has an announcement they'd like to make? Please come forward. Okay, so with that, let's see who else is out there would like to check in on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform. Tomasz, I hear you everywhere, Tom. I've been hearing you lately on the air. How you been?
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on the net there. I was doing okay. Yeah, I pick up the radio every once in a while and, just try to keep up with the check-ins on the different nets, stuff like that. But, yeah, I'm on and off. Yeah, everything else is doing good at this end.
All right, very good. I think I got you at a S8 tonight there, so that's really good, clear copy on you tonight. So everything else going okay?
Yep, everything else is doing okay. I'm still doing a bit of cycling whenever I can, and actually this weekend for Father's Day, my son wants to take me out to the golfing. So, yep, there's always something to do here, and I'm getting you here at pretty much full scale.
Oh wow! All right, I'll take it. So I guess conditions are good tonight for 2-meter simplex. So right on, we'll take it. Okay, Tomasz. Well, did you have anything else for us?
Nothing else, Chuck. Just a general check-in, and I'll be listening for a few more minutes before it's yeah. So have yourself a good evening, Chuck. Thanks for doing it.
All right, you too there, Tom, and thanks for your check-in. And so we'll clear with VE3 Charlie Echo Uniform. And before I take any more another call out, we're going to get to the trivia portion of the net very shortly. And then after that, we're going to do On This Day in History, June 12th. So with that, let me do one more call out and see who else is out there that would like to check in with us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. All right. Where are we going to go to first? Fun trivia. Let's see now. What else do I have here? Give me 1 second. Oh, did you know beavers have transparent eyelids so they can see underwater, as they spend a lot of time there? Geez, I remember I almost caught one while I was fishing up at Algonquin Park, and my line got caught in a tree branch that it had in its mouth, and it was swimming to its dam, and my line snagged the branch, and I was having a battle with this beaver. Luckily, I got it free and didn't snag the beaver with my lure, so I was quite happy about that. Mostly, I didn't want to lose the lure. Okay, I do believe I have another one that I like to pull up here and go back to all the time. And let's just pull that up. Oh, I have it right here. It was on a web page all along. All right. Question. Where does the Mona Lisa hang, in what museum?
It's in the Louvre.
That's right, Mac. You get a star. The Louvre. Actually, did you know the Louvre used to be a palace?
Or some kind of bordello.
You're thinking of the red light district.
That's all France.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure they got a red district there too. All right. Here's a little bit tougher one. In the States here, how many states does the Appalachian Trail cross? Well, the answer is 14 different states. That's how many states that the Appalachian Trail crosses. Okay. Does anybody remember John Travolta's character in Saturday Night Fever? Do you remember his name? Anyone? Tony Manero. He was Tony in Saturday Night Fever. What do you call a group of flamingos? A answer is a flamboyance. So a group of flamingos are called a flamboyance. Crazy. And did you know flamingos are not pink at birth? They become that way from where they eat fish. Causes their it's the algae in the waters where they catch their fish that turns them pink. All right, next one. What does URL stand for? You know, we always talk about a URL this and a URL that in computer terms. Well, it stands for Uniform Resource Locator. All right, next one. What sport was featured on the first curved U.S. coin in the year 2014? That was a baseball. That's the sport that's on the U.S. coin in 2014. All right. M&M's Fruit Chews would eventually become what popular candy? Starburst. That's from M&M's. What is the name of the pet dinosaur on the TV cartoon The Flintstones?
That's Dino.
That's Dino. Here, boy. All right. Some of these are pretty easy, but you know. What guitarist notably performed on the Michael Jackson song Beat It? And he never got credit for this because it's not on the album, and it's Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen played the lead on the Michael Jackson song Beat It. All right. Which brand of the United States Armed Forces used the slogan, "It's not just a job, it's an adventure"? Answer is the Navy. By U.S. law, exit signs must be one of what two colors? Can you name both? Well, of course, we all see exit signs as red, but in the U.S., they can also be green. Green or red. All right. I know it's all men here, but let's give it a shot. Who is Barbie's little sister? By the way, I didn't know this, and it's Skipper. Yeah, Skipper for a girl. I don't know. All right, so we'll pass on the rest of them here for now, and we'll go over to on this day in history. And on this day, June 12th, we start with today's famous birthdays.
VE3LBI.
Hey, VE3LBI, you made it. Larry, come on in.
Yep, I've been listening along there. I'm going to jump in there, but I was letting you finish up. So, okay, yep, nothing. Just closed up everything. The temperature's changing a bit. I guess we're coming into the heat come very shortly. So, all right, where you go on this day in history? I'm listening along. VE3LBI.
All right, Larry, by the way, thanks for dropping that off the other day there. I was going to give you a few bucks for that new call sign there while you were here, but that's okay.
Oh, we got to work that out with Wade. That's all Wade's doing. So we'll get that straightened out. I don't know if it's come through yet or not. I should check. I don't believe it has.
All right, maybe Wade can let us know. He's on YouTube right now and listening, and you can let us know there. All right, Larry, thank you very much for your check-in, sir. You are check-in number 17, along with everyone else that's checked in via the radio or through YouTube. And so before I continue on, let's see who else is out there might be listening that wants to check in to the weekly amateur radio exchange group. This is VA3CJZ.
VE3WKG.
VE3WKG, my neighbor, Kevin. How you doing? Come on in.
Hey, good evening there, Chuck, and everyone on that. Yeah, I've been listening in and out. Been cutting that, that ivy stuff that doesn't even start on my side of my neighbor's garage. That it grows all over and growing into my alleyway. I was just out cutting up a bunch of that. Then I dragged it out. I thought I'd put it in those big paper bags, but I got to cut it down smaller, I guess. That or bundle it up and tie it. Got a big pile of it. And I still got more to do. Anyhow, I'm going to head back out to the yard. Just thought I'd come in and I heard the radio going. I had it on here and thought I'd give you a check-in. 7-3, have a good one.
All right there, Kevin. I don't know if you're on the portable or not, but you're full strength over here, sounding great. And you got about, I'd say another 20 minutes before she starts getting dark there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I like it when it's dark. I'm ugly, so that I look better in the dark. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, I'm on the big 9700 in the house there. I heard earlier in the net there, Albert's got that beam up there having fun. That must be nice. A lot of boom boom there. Anyhow, yeah, I'm going to head on out there and sit on the porch there. I'll probably bring the handy talkie and listen along. VA3, any.
All right, very good, Kevin. Thanks for listening and for checking in. Much appreciated. And so let's see. Anyone else out there wishing to check into our weekly amateur radio exchange group, also known as AREG? This is VA3CJZ, and my name is Chuck. Please come now. Oh, I just seen a bird fly across there. We had a bird, robin's nest here on our porch again this spring, but unfortunately, Mama or Papa both left the nest with some eggs in there, and squirrel must have got to them, and so they abandoned it. And we found one. We actually found eggshells on our porch, and then when I looked inside the nest, there was an egg in there, but the nest had been abandoned, and upon closer observation, there was a hole in the egg sitting in the bottom of the nest there. So took the nest down, and yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't think we've ever had that happen before, but that's nature. Okay, anyone else out there wishing to check in, please come now. All right, let's start off with today's famous birthdays on this day. Born on this day in 1771. Now, this gentleman's name is Patrick Gass with two S's, Gass, and he was designated Sergeant of the Lewis and Clark Expedition. He was born in Philadelphia, PA, died in 1870, so he was 99 years old when he died. And back then, living that long, that was crazy. But anyways, he was on the Lewis and Clark expedition between May 1804 and September 1806. Now, I forget, but I brought up a bit of trivia about that before. I forget how many states they went through. I had it written down. I forget now. But anyways. All right, next birthday is in 1895. And I'll say the name in French first, as she is French, and then I'll say it in English for you Anglos. Sounds much better in French because Eugénie Brazier or Eugénie Brazier sounds much better in French. Anyhow, she's a French chef who was the first woman to earn 3 Michelin stars. You know, that's a rating for restaurants, right? And that was in 1933. It says here. Yeah. And she's also the first person to earn 3 Michelin stars for 2 restaurants. And she was, of course, born in France. She passed away in 1977. Next is a Canadian connection, born on this day in 1908. Alphonse Ouimet, Canadian television pioneer and president of the CBC, born in Montreal, Quebec. He died in 1988. Next, born on this day in 1924, George H.W. Bush. Of course, he passed away in 2018, but he is the 41st U.S. president, and he was also the 43rd U.S. vice president, born in Massachusetts. If you didn't know, Massachusetts is where a lot of money is. There and in where's the other state there? Where the headquarters of the WWE is there. Lots of money up there. A lot of big rich people. Anyways, I forget. All right, next celebrating a birthday in 1929, Anne Frank. Of course, Anne Frank was a Dutch diarist and Jewish victim of the Nazi Holocaust. She's famously known for the Diary of Anne Frank. And she was born in Frankfurt, Germany. All right, who remembers Gomer Pyle, USMC? Gomer Pyle, his real name is Jim Nabors, and he was born on this day in 1930. American comedian and actor and opera singer. Boy, you should look up a video of this guy singing. He was born in Alabama, so that accent he had on Gomer Pyle was natural. He died in 2017, only 7 years ago. Born in 1951 on June 12th is Brad Delp, D-E-L-P. He's an American rock singer for Boston, I think he's the voice on the song "More Than a Feeling." Born in Peabody, Massachusetts. He passed away in 2007. I love that band, Boston. They made some good music back then. All right, anybody who's watched WWE or WWF, as it used to be called, will know Mark Henry. Mark Henry is celebrating a birthday today, born in 1971. He is known to be a weightlifter, a power lifter, Olympic weightlifter, strongman. He was also claimed to be the strongest man in the world for a while. And he's also a retired professional wrestler. He is best known for his 25-year career in the WWE. Henry is a two-time Olympian and a gold, silver, and bronze medalist at the Pan American Games in 1995. So he's the real deal. And last on my list of famous people born on this day is Dave Franco, celebrating his 39th birthday. He was born in 1985, and he's an American actor known to be in the 21 Jump Street, as well as in the movie Now You See Me. He's also a filmmaker born in Palo Alto, California. He's also the youngest brother, or the younger brother, of James Franco. They look alike too, by the way. So that's it for famous people born on this day in history. Do we have any check-ins, questions, comments? Please come now. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. All right, who died today in history? Well, we're going to start off with the year 1994. And Ron Goldman was a waiter that was murdered with the wife of O.J. Simpson. They don't even mention her name, eh? So Ron Goldman was 27 years old, and Nicole Brown Simpson was the wife of O.J. Simpson, and she was 35 when she was killed by him. And yeah. And now O.J. has passed away, if you didn't know that. O.J. Simpson passed away recently, actually. All right, next we've got Henry Hill. That name might sound familiar. Henry Hill was born in 1943, but passed away on this day in 2012. He was an American mobster with the Genovese family, I do believe. I'm not sure. He was also an FBI informant, and he was in the inspiration for the movie Goodfellas. He dies from a heart condition at the age of 69. You might remember Ray Liotta played his role in the movie Goodfellas. He played Henry Hill, and Ray Liotta passed away 2 years ago in 2022. And that wraps up famous people passing away on this day. And do we have any questions, comments, or check-ins for this week's AREG Net? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. And so let's go to today's historical events. Events in history, we go back in time to the year 1665 on June 12th. England installs a municipal government in New York City. Now, a lot of you don't know, but New York City used to be called New Amsterdam. And so on this day in 1665, New Amsterdam legally becomes an English colony and renamed New York after the English Duke of York. So there's the history of New York. Let's go to some Canadian history. On this day in 1792, British explorer Captain George Vancouver lands on the site of what is now Vancouver, British Columbia. And it's named after him, of course. Now, we've all bought food out of vending machines. I'm not talking about chips or candy bars, but sandwiches and whatever other foods. Well, back in the day, they used to have something called an automat. And in 1902, on this day, two gentlemen, one by the name of Horn and the other one Hardart, H-A-R, Dart, Hardart, opens the first automat, also known as a self-service restaurant, in the United States on Chestnut Street in Philadelphia. 1902. And then 1 year later, in 1903, on this day, Niagara Falls, Ontario, is incorporated as a city. And then in 1908, on this day, the Lusitania crosses the Atlantic in a record 4 days and 15 hours. Back in 1908, that is super fast. Crossing the Atlantic in 4.5 days. And then on this day in 1917, the United States Secret Service extends protection of the president to include his family. So all those years before that, no one cared about the wife and kids of the president, only the president. All right. Ah, yes, Houdini. Houdini's straitjacket escape happened today, on this day in 1923. Harry Houdini frees himself from a straitjacket while suspended upside down 40 feet or 12 meters above ground in New York City. And then finally, in 1931, Al Capone is indicted on 5,000 counts of prohibition and perjury. As a matter of fact, they weren't able to convict him, except I think he was on tax evasion, or RICO, as they called it back then, racketeering, and not claiming taxes. He spent time on Alcatraz Island. And then on this day, in 1939, the Baseball Hall of Fame is dedicated in Cooperstown, New York. So 1939. And then in 1954, on this day, Bill Haley and his Comets released the hit single Rock Around the Clock. Boy, that was a popular song. Let's go to the year 1965 on this day. We have the Big Bang theory of creation of universe is supported by the announcement of a discovery of new celestial bodies known as blue galaxies. Never heard of that. Never heard of a blue galaxy. All right. And then in 1965, the Queen Elizabeth upsets many people by, it says here, Queen Elizabeth's birthday honors list names the Beatles. Okay, Queen Elizabeth's birthday honors list names the Beatles as members of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Dozens of past winners returned their medals in protest. Did not know that. Yeah, the Beatles were big on ending wars, especially the Vietnam War there in '65. That was prime. So probably had something to do with that. Okay, let's stay again in the year 1965. Sonny and Cher make their first TV appearance on American Bandstand. Let's go to 1967 now. Let's get out of 1965. The last three were from 65. This one's on this day, 1967. You Only Live Twice is the fifth James Bond film starring Sean Connery, premiering in London. So that was the fifth one. They made one every year from 1962. They had one every year. Dr. No was the first one in 1962. And of course, they all had Sean Connery. "1970, rocker and blues singer Janis Joplin debuts in Kentucky. Didn't take her long to make a rise to fame, and it didn't last long either, because she died at a very young age. All right, 1978, David Berkowitz, sentenced in New York Supreme Court to 25 years to life. David Richard Berkowitz, also known as the Son of Sam and the 44 caliber killer, never heard that, is an American serial killer who pled guilty to perpetrating 8 shootings in New York City between July 76 and July 77, which resulted in 6 fatalities. And he grew up in New York and served in the Army. But Son of Sam was sentenced on this day in 1978. "1981 now is the year. Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first Indiana Jones film, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Harrison Ford, with the story by George Lucas, premieres on this day in 1981. And then on this day in 1987, United States President Ronald Reagan challenges Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down the Berlin Wall. Next, we have the X-Men film premiere in 2000. The X-Men first film based on the comic book series starring Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, and Ian McKellen premieres on Ellis Island in New York Harbor. I do believe Ellis Island was also where they processed all the immigrants that came to the States. Interesting. All right. Imagine this, sitting in your living room. In the year 2004, a 1.3 kilogram meteorite strikes a house in Ellerslie, New Zealand, causing serious damage but no injuries. But I'll bet you they got paid, because meteorites are worth a lot of money. People will pay a lot of money for meteorites. I sure hope they had insurance on their house, though. All right, let's go back to movies now. Now we go to the first Transformers movie premiere. 2007 is when it premiered. The first Transformers was directed by Michael Bay, starring Shia LaBeouf and a smoking hot Megan Fox. It actually premiered in Sydney, Australia. And then in 2013, Russia passes a law banning gay propaganda. Now, I'm not even going to comment on that, but yep, 2013. Now we go to 2017. We've only got a couple more to go, then we'll be done. 2017, Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny is sentenced to 30 days administrative arrest for organizing rallies. Now, Alexei Navalny was the opposition leader to Putin. He was in the news recently for having been taken to the Siberian gulag prison, and he died from being mistreated just a couple of months ago, I believe. So that 30 days administrative arrest turned into 7 years and his death. All right, now we go to 2018. Singapore summit between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and United States President Donald Trump. That was the first time a North Korean leader and an incumbent U.S. president have ever met. So, yeah, Kim Jong-un also likes that basketball player there. I forget his name. Actually, he's a Russian, or is it Russia? I forget now. But anyways, yeah, first time. All right, this last story is from the year 2019. We have the earliest evidence of humans smoking cannabis discovered in a 2,500-year-old grave in China, in some mountains, Pamir Mountains, China. And that was published in the magazine Science Advances. Now, they also found cocaine in a Egyptian mummy that was also several thousand years old. And there you have it. That's it for On This Day in History. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did researching it and telling it back to you fine folks. And with that, do we have any questions or comments or check-ins for this week's AREG Net? Please come now. Does anyone have a subject they'd like to talk about? Give it a second and you can come back and let me know.
VA3 IMW.
Absolutely. VA3 IMW. Come on in, Mac.
Yeah, QSL. Just a quick comment. I did hear Vern talking about checking into some kind of an international net where repeaters are hooked up and so forth and so on and so on. It was just an observation because I had my UHF radio on in the truck on my way up to work this morning, and I could swear that I was listening to nets coming out of the GM, what is that, W8GM repeater in the Warren, Detroit area. So it's a repeater that shares frequency with the ZOE. And when certain conditions exist, they get a fairly good skip across there, and we're able to hear them in this region. I know Al, VA3 NFL, is constantly plagued with hearing output from the repeater in Michigan. But strangely enough, after the normal morning GM8, Whiskey 8 General Motors net, there was this other net that started up and obviously was linked into that repeater. And it was kind of interesting to hear Vern checking into that net, but I know the ZOE repeater is not linked up to that whole system. So it must have been unique band conditions, and I was able to listen to all the goings on all the way from here up to Guelph. Anyways, just kind of an observation, not really a topic, but unique band conditions on UHF and VHF, especially citing the strange sun conditions that we've had recently. Back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, unfortunately, when he was talking, we were getting some interference, but I did hear him mention the East Coast reflector. Did you catch most of that?
Yes, yes. So obviously, the reflector nets is where electronically they hook up a bunch of repeaters. So once the reflector system is set up, it's like a matrix of repeaters that are linked via internet nodes. But for me to be able to listen to it on 443.075, it tells me that it's most likely that I'm hearing it coming back through the W8 Golf mic repeater in the Detroit area. So no matter where Vern was checking into, which was probably not that particular repeater, it was most likely that he was communicating with some other repeater that was linked in with that whole system. But yeah, my observation was just simply that as private as we think the repeater is here locally, there's only so many frequencies to go around on the repeater area of the UHF and VHF bands. So there is definitely overlap. And sometimes the best protection is the protective tone. I think the W8 GM repeater requires a 131.8 tone, and that's just to open it, but you're still going to hear the output. So it's just one-way in tone, not tone in and out. But there's no tone set up for the ZOE repeater. Anyways, just like I said, observation, and it was interesting to listen to that. But obviously, the result of a reflector net with many repeaters linked, but hearing it back on a frequency that's shared with our own ZOE repeater.
All right, very good, very good. I used to get emails from someone regarding the East Coast reflector. I think it was because of the might have been because of the every Wednesday morning they have a Trans Canada net. I forget now, but it's off the East Coast reflector at 11 a.m. on Wednesday mornings. And when I'm around, I try to check in there. But very good, Mac. Well, thank you for sharing that. Much appreciated. Anyone else with comments or subjects they'd like to breach? Please come now. This is VA3 CJZ. Okay, I'm going to need a relay on that. Someone is very, very faint. Does anyone hear that station?
I heard them, but their audio was extremely low. There's no way I could even think of turning the volume up loud enough to actually hear them. They're going to have to pump up the volume.
All right, try it again with a little bit more audio, please. Well, it seems you're out of range for me and most people around Hamilton to pick you up there. Unless anyone else can hear that station, please come now. I think I double keyed with him there. Did you hear anything, Mac?
Well, he's in S5, and I can't explain how quiet the audio is. It's just imperceptible. So yeah, if they're not able to get their modulation up to a point where I mean, an S5 signal, I should be able to hear the voice loud and clear enough, almost to be as loud as you.
All right. Well, if it is an actually licensed amateur radio operator there, if you're using a handheld radio, put your mouth an inch or two away from the microphone and try it again. Hey, Mac, do you know what the fear of fun is called?
The fear of fun. Let me think about this. Is this a religious question?
No, it's a trivia page I found, and I thought it was funny. There are 4 possible answers. What is the fear of fun called? A, phobophobia, PHO, phobophobia. B, cherophobia, that's CHERO. Or C, hilarophobia. Or D, funophobia. Which one do you think? A, B, C, or D?
Well, D sounds like it's too obvious, so we have to get rid of that. Cherophobia sounds like it's like a viable answer, so I'll go with B.
You're absolutely right. C and D were hilarophobia and funophobia. So yeah, take those 2 away. And cherobia, spelled CHERO, phobia, is the correct answer.
Oh, I can hardly wait to check in my points there as we exit the building.
So there you go. If somebody's a party pooper, you just call him, just tell him he must have cherophobia. All right, let's do one more quick one. All right, where were fortune cookies invented? A, China, B, Japan, C, USA, D, France. Anyone know?
Yes, they were definitely invented in the U.S.
Correction. Fortune cookies were originally invented in Japan. Even though we get them with our Chinese food, they were invented in Japan.
I can remember seeing some kind of documentary on that, and they said it was like something that was almost like a Japanese individual that invented it in the States, so it became a marketing ploy for commercially available Chinese food. I don't know. Anyways, definitely have to look back up on some of that research. Very interesting, Chuck. Oh, by the way, incidentally, that very, very quiet signal that we were listening to, I think I know exactly what's going on there.
Okay, very good. All right, so before I forget here, which I did earlier, Wade has responded on our YouTube stream about the club call sign. And he says the application went in on Friday night, and they've had it for 3 government business days so far, and he hasn't heard back yet. So maybe tomorrow will be the day. And so Wade is saying 7-3 on the YouTube stream. And so thank you, Wade, for all of that and for following us along and participating in our trivia with your wonderful answers on the YouTube stream there. For those of you just tuning in recently, I do stream the net on YouTube. All you have to do is put in my call sign in the YouTube search, and you can find all of the nets that I have put up there, and the one that's on right now. So again, it's VA3 CJZ in the YouTube search, and you can follow us along there. And so with that, before I go down the list for 7-3 round, let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Okay, so let's go to the top of the list and say hello to Rick, Downtown Rick, VA3AXJ.
Yeah, still here, Chuck. Still listening away there. We're going to be here to the end. Yeah, good net. Thanks for doing it. Always look forward to on this day and all the other stuff that goes with it. So I think, take it easy tomorrow, and Sunday I got a busy day, but I think I'm going to postpone that one too. But we'll see what happens, depending on the heat, the weather. Anyhow, thanks for doing the net, and VA3AXJ will be QRT, I guess, when you're done. Back to you later, Chucky.
Okay, Rick, thank you so much for joining us once again on the AREG net. You take it easy. Have a great rest of the week. And so next was Chris, VE3RWJ. You still with us, Chris? All right. How about Jason, VE3 Zulu Juliet Charlie? All right. Let's see if Rick, North End Rick, has fallen asleep or if he's still with us. VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. He might be listening on YouTube. I think he mentioned that earlier. So maybe that's what he's doing. Next would be Wayne B. On the YouTube stream out in Mississauga. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Wayne, much appreciated. Victor Alpha 3, Fox Mike Bravo, checking in on YouTube. Next, we've got Vern saying he would be at home by this time, but let's see if he turns his radio on. VA3, Charlie Romeo Fox. Okay, and next we have Wade, who also said 7-3 on the YouTube stream. Thank you so much, Wade. Have a great rest of the evening. Next, we've got Albert, Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango. He's still with us, Albert.
I sure am.
Hey.
I was just on it was funny, I was on my the FT9 950 this Saturday. Well, let's kick the kilowatt on. So I just made contact to Russia there in Moscow with a kilowatt. I thought I had to try it.
All right. Das Vidanya. Very good. So first shot, what?
He had a pileup going on. That's the reason why I turned the amp on, right? I was doing it with the 100 watts, but he had such a pileup going on. So I kicked the kilowatt on, and I think it was like the third contact there, the third time try.
Oh, all right. Very good. Very good. You're going to have to either take pictures of your Radio Shack. It's been a while since I've seen some there, Albert. I'd like to see that kilowatt.
Oh, yeah, not a problem. Warms up the room just nicely.
Yeah, that's what they say. Makes a great heater. So, yeah, that term heater has been used for amplifiers for a long, long time. Anyways, Albert, thanks for joining us and being part of the net. Much appreciated, sir. And where are you going again this weekend, right?
Yeah, we're going now. We're heading out tomorrow, just after lunch there. We'll be gone away till Monday. We'll be back on Monday there. So just going out to towards Niagara on the Lake area there.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Well, I hope the weather is holds out for you and you have a good time. You know, to me, when you're on vacation, I don't care if it rains. I mean, I remember I was up north with a friend of mine years ago camping, and I mean, we were very, very far up into the bush, uh, and it rained for like 2 days straight. Well, we didn't care. We played cards. You know, we kept busy and did some fishing. So yeah, you make the best of it, right? What are you gonna do?
No, exactly. You make the best of it, Chuck. That's how I see it, right? We've had our experiences when we started tent. I just started with tenting, right? And I mean, I could tell you some stories, but it'll be for another day. But yeah, it's you either like it or you don't, right? There is no between when it comes to camping.
Yeah, exactly. So all right then. So good luck and thanks again for your check in there, Al.
Yes, sir. 7-3 and 7-3 to all. And thanks for being there and thanks for doing it, Chuck.
All right, not a problem there, Albert. My pleasure. Let's see if Cal is still with us. He was in a mobile earlier. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor. All right. Well, let's not forget Mac, Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. I made you wait a little bit there, Mac, because we spoke just a few minutes prior to me starting the 7-3 round. So gave you a chance to gather your thoughts. And over to you, Mac.
All right. Well, it wasn't too much work to gather my thought because it's only one. Just wondering if you perhaps had a chance to get a snapshot of your YouTube audience, because that real quiet station that we were trying to connect with was actually a rebroadcast of your YouTube stream. So you know exactly who's been listening, and you should be able to pick out that individual who is guilty by association. Anyways, yes, I immediately recognized a voice that I heard after I unkeyed and found out it was me. Anyways, great entertainment here tonight, Chuck. Certainly appreciate it. And nice to see the net finish up without any lightning and thunder. Thanks for doing it, VA3IMW. I'll be QRT at 10 p.m.
Okay, very good, Mac. Well, thank you for that information. And yes, we will look into that. And very good. Oh, we got Steve's buddy here, Mark. Just jumped into YouTube. Late check in. Okay, Mark, thank you for checking in. Much appreciated, sir. And so Steve already said 7-3, I believe. He's going to bed. Probably got to get up early for work tomorrow morning. But thanks again, Mark. You do know that you can move that slider all the way back to the beginning of the net or wherever you like. Just click with your mouse on the bottom of that slider, and you can start it up from the beginning if you like, or wherever. But anyhow, thanks again, Mark. Next, George, VE3GBD. Are you there, cold snack? All right, George is having a cold snack. All right. And Steve is next, NFG, but he said goodnight as well. How about Dave in Dundas? Victor Alpha 3, Delta Charlie Sierra. Okay, next is Deb. Deb checked in with us on YouTube, and she just said 7-3. And so 7-3, Deb, thank you so much for joining us. I hope to talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you again soon. Next is Tamash. He's probably in bed as well for work tomorrow. VE3 Charlie Echo uniform. Nothing heard. Bill, VE3IUK. We'll have to hear all about your exploits there on ZOE after the net. But thank you for checking in on YouTube, Bill. Much appreciated. Next, we have Larry, VE3LBI. Larry, 7-3 round.
Yep, still here, Chuck. Thanks for doing it. Was listening along there. And actually had to run outside for a minute and check the lights. We put a new set of lights up. So, all right, all the best there. Thanks for doing it. VE3LBI.
All right, Larry, thanks for joining us. And lastly is my neighbor, VE3WKG. Kevin, are you still there?
Yep, I'm still in here, Chuck. Good net there. Yeah, pretty long time you've been doing this already, eh? Holy cow, it seems like just a couple of years ago. What is it, 5 years now, 6 years? Quite a long time there. Good net there. I'll let you close it off. You probably want to do garbage and stuff. That's what I've been getting ready to. All the what's that stuff? Yeah, the organics you put in the little bin, and my bag of rubbish. I'm gonna let it dry out a little more. I might just burn that stuff. It's hard to stuff it in the bag. It's all that viney stuff and big branches. Figure something out tomorrow. Anyhow, have a good evening there, all. 7-3, Victor Echo 3, Whiskey, Kilo Go.
All right, Kevin. Yeah, I do have to take the trash out. And I could have done it before the net, but thought I'd wait. It's so nice out. I don't mind going outside. I did miss a beautiful evening, so we'll go out there and do that as well. And by the way, Kevin, your check-in number 18 at the bottom of my list, unless someone else would like to check in here. Any last-minute check-ins for this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group, please come now. This is VA3CJZ. Okay, nothing heard. And so I guess that's a wrap for another week. And by the way, Kevin, if you're still listening, in the middle of July will be 6 years that I have taken over for John, VE3JSU, the founder of the AREG net. And so this July will be 6 years. 6 years already. Wow. So 52 weeks in a year times 6. That's about 300 nets. Wow. Very good. Thanks for reminding me, Kevin. All right. So with that, I guess we'll say we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's a pleasure, as always, holding the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. For now, I will say 7-3 all. Have a good night. Talk to you soon.